Today we're going to check out if we got exponential growth, increasing, going up, rising, or do we have exponential decay, declining, decreasing, melting, losing. Pretty easy to see when you got those graphs up there. Today we're going to take a look at it with some equations. So let's go. All right, we got a bunch of equations here. We got decimals, we got fractions, we got a bunch of y equals equations. We also have a bunch of sequences over on the right. All that stuff is fine. All that stuff might be messy. All we really need to decide when we're taking a look at exponential functions or exponential patterns or exponential equations is our multiplier greater than 1 or less than 1? So in this first problem, we don't care about the 3. The pattern is times 4. In the red problem, we don't care about the 3. We care about the times 1/4. We care about the pattern there. In the purple problem, we're just looking in the parentheses. We don't care that the 1 is the starting point. We're going to look at how it's multiplying, how it's exponentially growing or decaying. In the blue problem, we don't care about the 1/4. We're going to be looking at that multiplier right there. In the green problem, we don't care that 7 is the start. We're going to look at that multiplier. And in the last one, we're going to take a look at the parentheses. That multiplier is going to tell us whether we have growth or decay. All right, let's go get them. In the black problem, we have multiplying by 4, which is greater than 1. Because it's greater than 1, that means it is exponential growth. That will be increasing. All right, let's head over to the right in the blue problem. It doesn't matter if we start with a fraction or a decimal. The pattern is that it's multiplying by greater than 1. 3 is a whole number that is greater than 1. We are going to have growth, exponential growth. In our red problem, we're starting off at 3. Who cares? We are multiplying by a fraction, and that fraction of 1/4 is less than 1. So we will have decay because we have less than 1 as our multiplier. We will have exponential decay that will be decreasing and going down. You can also change that 1/4 to a decimal if it makes it easier for you to decipher. 0.25 is less than 1. Let's go ahead and check out our green one. Doesn't matter that we have a sequence. It doesn't matter that it starts at 7. It matters that we are multiplying by a number that's greater than 1. That one should be really obvious. I know it's a decimal, but it shouldn't be any harder. We see the 1, and then we see 20% more. So that will be growth. It is growing 20%. Greater than 1. Cool, purple problems right in parentheses for us. We are multiplying by a fraction. Just because we have fractions, like above, doesn't mean that it's necessarily decreasing. We just have to look at, is it greater than 1 or is it less than 1? And that fraction is greater than 1, so we are going to have growth. We have greater than 1. 4/3, 4/3 is greater than 1. And in our last one, we have a decimal. Lots of kids are like, oh, decimals mean decay. No, look at that decimal. That decimal right there is growth because it's greater than 1. Now in the last problem, we have a decimal that's less than 1, so we will have decay for that one. But we don't care if it's a decimal or a fraction. Again, like, let me just highlight this for you here. Highlighter, finding it. Here's a decimal that's growth, and here's a decimal that's decay. So decimals don't tell you whether it's growth or decay. It's the fact that it is greater than 1 and the fact that it is less than 1, right? Over on the other side here, we have fractions and fractions. Fractions don't mean growth or fractions don't mean decay. It depends on, is that fraction greater than 1 or less than 1? This fraction is less than 1, so it's decay. This fraction in parentheses is greater than 1, so it's growth. So the number 1 is the key to all of these problems. Greater than 1 or less than 1.